Alright guys, we got a quick video today. We'll have probably a longer video tomorrow, but this one I wanted to showcase the AI and the improvements we've made to the combat system. So last week I missed you guys, so we're doing two videos this week. This one's pretty much highlighting what we got last week, what we were working on and what we were able to finish. And then we also made some improvements to the general AI to make it a bit more responsive, a little bit better at attacking and defending, and a little bit more consistent with the blocking system. So we've changed how the weapons work, we've changed how the damage received works, and how blocking works in this game. So let's get into it and we'll just show off the gameplay. So first I'll fight Sven, who is our AI dummy, with our axe here. As you can see, we now have a new combat HUD. And we have a functioning parry system. Sven is very reactive to what you're doing and will chisel away at your stamina. We reduce the amount of stamina punish there is to half of the damage applied, and this is simply because you would get gassed way too quickly. This is the lowest level enemy in the game. He is the most basic fundamental enemy, so I do not want him to be a ridiculous challenge, but at the same time you have to fight him pretty head on. So let's try our sword and shield combo here. Oh, he got me with that one. I got a couple good hits in there. But you see the twinkle, that's sort of like your window of right before he's about to land his shot. So that's kind of where you want to time the end of your parry animation. He's still able to wear down my stamina if he's good enough. So these aren't free hits by any means. But I was still able to get it done. And again, this is the most basic enemy. This is not a supposedly difficult enemy, but he still can provide a challenge. So I don't want anything to be a free hit or a free kill. I want it to feel nice. I want it to feel pretty good. So yeah, that's the update, guys. This is the combat. It feels really good right now. This is on mouse and keyboard. I have to play test it on gamepad to make sure it still feels okay. I imagine it's easier because the camera stick's a lot easier to change your stance with than with the mouse. The mouse is a little bit more awkward. It's not terrible, but it's a little bit more awkward. So all right, thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll have another video tomorrow. We'll go more in depth on the code on this, and I'll be showcasing, I think, some weapon designs, because we need to get another AI enemy in here next week. He won't be done next week, but we're going to be experimenting with multiple enemies at once, and we're going to be balancing that, and we're going to be figuring out how that's going to work. That's a huge, huge step in this development. If I can get multiple enemies done and I can get the enemy types in there, then we can start playing around with the boss enemy. And then it's just a matter of plugging everything in and making more content. I am ecstatic at how well this AI has progressed since we started doing this. And he feels pretty good now. I can still kind of run around him, but he's a lot more responsive to me. He has a new system that's called enemy evade counter, where he just runs at you and then throws an attack right away. He doesn't even try to, like, it's just so that if you're running away, you're not in focus mode. He doesn't even care anymore. He's just going out of focus mode, running at you and attacking you. And that's to prevent you from just constantly running. You can still kind of run away from them. You can still kind of do your reset. But I think once we put multiple enemies on the screen at once, that's not going to be a viable strategy, and that's going to lock that down. And that's going to force you to go into the focus mode, which is what I want you to do. I want you to fight in focus mode. I want you to use the gameplay mechanics I developed, not to just ignore most of them and just run around trying to get cheap shots in from distance. So he will block almost anything outside of focus mode at all times. So you can't get free attacks in with your melee weapons. We will have throwable equipment, and that'll probably be like year 2 of development. This is still year 1. I want to get a demo in with just the melee equipment done, and then showcase that off, and then we will look at bonuses and extra stuff. But right now, we're getting the core gameplay foundation done, and I think I'm at a stage right now with the basic AI or Sven that I'm happy with. So I think we can move on. We're not going to say he's done. We can probably improve on him. We can improve how the AI system functions, but at some point you gotta say this is good enough and move on to the next thing, and then we can come back to it later. Kind of like what we did with the HUD. We used to have little arrows come out of the direction where the attack's coming in, and now we just highlight the area you need to be in, and then the twinkle to showcase, okay, this is where you want to time your parry. So just like we improved that, we can improve a lot of other things. So I'm not too concerned about putting a pin in Sven for now and saying he's good enough. Let's base another AI class off of him and have, I think what we're going to do is a dual wielding hatchet character. So this is kind of like a parry heavy character. So you can't, if you throw an attack at him, he's going to parry you unless you've successfully stunned him or staggered him. So keep keep a lookout for that. And yeah, we'll catch you guys later.